Okay, it is time to think about our first argument essay. This one is called Overrated. It's actually a AP Lang essay from a few years ago. But before we get into it, let's just get all of our resources ready. This prompt can be found on Google Classroom. So if you go into Google Classroom, it is linked in as the assignment right here. You're going to see it once it's published here. And you'll see three different documents linked into this assignment. The actual organizer sheet, which is what I'll show you, but there's an argument starter sheet and then our AP Lang home base. So if I'm actually clicking on the organizer, at the top, I also see hyperlinks to our argument starters language, as well as to AP Lang home base. Why do I like the home base? Everything is here for you for this essay and everything else we're going to do. We have our notebook handouts column, everything in your notebook. We have class slides. So if you want to go back to learn more about the thesis statement for the argument essay, you can find that there, as well as my YouTube channel. You have the thesis video lesson, which I encourage you to look at when you're writing this essay. And you have our universal idea list right here. Again, everything is here for you. Those are some resources to have out with you. So take a moment to pause the video, locate your argument starter language, locate your home base so that you understand how to access everything that you need. So when we take a look at the organizer, you do see that the prompt is split into two paragraphs. This again was a prompt from the AP Lang exam in the past, and I'm going to jump the first paragraph. I'm going to go right to the second one. Notice that here on the assignment, the organizer, I want you to cross everything out except for the actual prompt. Highlight what it is asking you to do. So your first step in reading a prompt is to locate the task command. What is it asking you to do? Find that task verb. I see it here. Select, second paragraph, select a concept, a place, a role, etc., to which you believe that the term overrated should be applied. I'm going to stop right there. That is your task. That is your command. Now, read it very carefully. Follow everything that it asks you to do. Is it asking you to select more than one thing? To say that more than one thing is overrated? No, it's asking you to select one thing, a concept, one concept, place, role, etc. So that is like hit or miss on the essay. You have to do exactly what they tell you to do. So if I'm going to select a concept, role, or place, I need to then make it into a 5-paragraph essay. How do I do that? I'm going to split that concept, role, or place into 3 universal ideas or 3 ways I'm proving that that one thing, that one concept, place, or role is overrated. Okay, so let's just take, for example, this piece of tape, this whole roll of tape. I'm going to say that this is overrated for 3 different reasons. And each of those reasons or ways it's overrated has to be based in a universal idea, cannot be evidence-based, cannot be example. Remember, our essays are grounded in ideas. So I have followed my argument thesis video and I have come up with a list of pros and cons made up of universal ideas. Where do I get that? I've just rewatched the argument thesis video from the Padlet, and I worked it out here in the table that is provided. So if I'm proving that this roll of tape is overrated, the first reason or universal idea I've chosen is that it's overpriced. It's not worth the amount it's sold for. The second one, it is too flimsy. It breaks too easily. Let's just put another O there. And the name brand isn't worth it. So even though I'm not sold on that third one, I just wanted to get these down really quickly. Once I've come up with 3 ways or 3 reasons or 3 universal ideas to prove that this one thing is overrated, I'm then going to balance it out. I'm going to take each one, I'm going to deliver its opposite. So if it's overpriced on my position, the con side is that the price is worth it. Okay, and then I'm going to just repeat that. If it's too flimsy, it breaks too easily. I'm going to say that this tape, is strong. It's a strong choice for tape to hold heavy objects. Okay. Again, I'm just stating the counter view of each of the points that I've listed here, each of my three main universal ideas. And then I can count on the name brand. The brand stands behind, right? The item. So here are my three pros and cons. They are idea based. I see these ideas. I want to pull them out here. Overpriced, flimsy, not worth it, worth it, holds heavy things, and the brand stands behind the item. So I'm coming up with the phrase first. I'm pulling out the universal idea second. I can go ahead and just double check my notebook or the notebook handouts to look through for different universal ideas if I'd like, but that will be fine for now. And I go back. Now that I've done that, I really have basically the whole essay organized. How is that possible? I'm going to take the first way the first universal idea. I'm actually going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to put it in the body one, claim, topic, sentence one box right here. Okay. So what that tells me is that I'm dropping down my first universal idea to be my first topic sentence, also same thing, claim, for my first body paragraph. That means in order for it to be a topic sentence, it needs to be grounded in a universal idea, but it also needs to be followed up with why. Okay, so it's not enough just to say that the tape is overpriced. Okay, so due to, or which causes, or because. So choose one to get to the effect of it being overpriced. That is my claim or my topic sentence. I'm then going to back it up with at least one example, one piece of evidence, and then 4 to 6 sentences of reasoning. How am I going to find or build my reasoning? If you go back to the argument generator, I'll link it below, but this one right here, the starter language, and I'm going to click on it. I want to jump into right here, reasoning generators. These are gold. 4 to 6 sentences of these forces you to think through the logic behind what you're saying. I'm also going to use this phrasing up here to introduce evidence and examples. I know that each paragraph needs to have a counter rebuttal, so I'm going to play around with this language here, and then it needs to have transition words as well. So this Foursquare is really important for you to be experimenting with as you're crafting your writing. So if I look here, this is going to be the foundation of my second claim or second topic sentence for paragraph 2. Again, I'm going to drop it down and I'm going to make sure I not only have that universal idea, but I have why. I'm going to put those phrases in like due to or because or creating or forcing, or, I'm adding that ing verb to create that effect. And then I repeat the same thing. I have an example, piece of evidence, I have a counter rebuttal, I have my reasoning, and I build out my paragraph 2. I'm going to complete the same thing again for body 3. So these drop down. Each one is the foundation for a body paragraph, claim, or topic sentence. I know that I have the other position as 3 different counterpoints, one for each paragraph. I can brainstorm evidence and beforehand, and I have my my argument starter language for my reasoning to build that out. And if I follow the steps that I've gone over, I will have an organized argument essay grounded in universal ideas and well thought out. And I will also remember to go back to the thesis video, because the thesis statement has to be constructed in the same way that you learned, beginning with that counter argument, um, because that is 1 point out of 5 on the whole essay. The whole essay is worth 5 points. So let's have fun. Let's explore what is overrated.